And it was just a few years ago, like back in the 90s, that Hillary Clinton was telling us about how to raise our children. It takes a village. It takes a village to raise a child. I've always thought it takes the village people to raise a child. Then you have the construction worker, you get the Indian, you get the cop. You got a lot of diversity there going on. Diversity is the key to raising your children. They're all homosexuals, at least most of the village people, so that's what's desirable. Diversity in raising a child. All right, 281-558-5738. Bob, you're on the Voice of Texas.
Hey, good morning, Pat. This is Bob with U.S. Border Watch.
Hey.
Hey, what an event on Friday that was. The Houston Tea Party just did a great job of putting that together and getting all those people out. We were proud to join with them in protesting Nancy. It's really an amazing event.
Yeah, did you say, would you say that there were 600 to 1,000 people there? How many do you think were there?
I think 600 is a pretty accurate number. I talked to some of the police commanders there, and they felt that was a pretty close number. And
okay.
I'd say certainly between 600 and 1,000. It was really interesting the way the police barricades were set up. They almost formed a gauntlet, if you will, for the attendees of the event to have to walk through to get in there. And our people were lined up on both sides of the barricade and really letting them have it as they were walking through there.
And it sounds like the protesters outnumbered the people attending the Pelosi event.
Oh, at least 5 to 1, at least.
That's fantastic.
It was really, and I've never seen that kind of a turnout for anything.
No, that's right.
To protest the Speaker of the House before.
That's right. Or anything else, really. Yeah. I don't think we had that kind of turnout even for what's his face, Sutton, when he came to town.
We had about 150 people for that. But when it was funny too, there was a group of anarchists that was there joining. Normally they're protesting against us, but they were there with us protesting Nancy Pelosi. But they were kind of surrounded by our people, and some of our people started chanting some pro-capitalist verbiage, and they got kind of offended and left.
Oh, no. You hate to see that. You don't want to offend an anarchist.
Yeah. I had to let everybody know Senator Dan Patrick is coming Thursday night to speak to Texans for immigration reform about the past legislative session and what went right, what went wrong, and who we need to fire for the next term. So
where is it and what time?
It's going to be Thursday night, 6:30 at the Tracy G. Community Center.
Okay.
And you can get more information at usborderwatch.info.
All right. Thanks, Bob.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. I can't remember a time where people have shown up to protest some dignitary that's come to town where more than 30 or 40 people have shown up. Maybe 100, 150, I think we had for Johnny Sutton. But 600? It shows that Americans are fed up. We've had enough. We've had a belly full, and we're trying to take back the country. It's a great sign. Skylar, you're on the Voice of Texas.
Hey, I was at the Tea Party, and I personally just took a head count of one side of the Walk of Shame. That's what we were kind of calling it there, where the people were walking into the building, the Walk of Shame. And I personally counted 270 on just one side. So if you flip that, that's right at 600, and that's not talking about what was passed behind the crowd.
Right.
But the other thing that kind of surprised me was that some of the people that were walking into the building were flipping us off. And I'm talking about little old ladies were flipping us off. I couldn't believe it.
Man.
We were all, doing our cheers and rants or whatever, but they were flipping us off.
Now, that doesn't sound loving or inclusive.
Oh, no.
That doesn't sound like a diversity of opinion there, does it?
No.
All right, thanks, Skylar.
You bet.
And thanks for being there. It's amazing how many people were there. It's great. Bob, you're on the Voice.
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah, I was there too. I was going to put my 2 cents worth in.
Right.
They did. There were, I guess, about 10 to 15% of the little liberals that were promenading down the little aisle between the two barricades. Where we had the signs. They would wave, and about 10% of them would flick us off and curtsy and take bows, things like that, as they went into the Wortham Center. And then I thought it was really neat that after it was all over with, we were peaceful. There was a lot of police down there. we went ahead and sang the national anthem and did the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, United States of America, and did all that. And
radicals.
Yeah, we're radicals.
Yeah,
We're big time bad news. And then we shook all the police hands as we left and said thanks for keeping everything under control. And I think we did a pretty good job. So.
Nut jobs, obviously. Quite clearly nut jobs. Extremists and nut jobs.
We all need to go to prison for doing that.
All right. Thanks a lot, Bob.
Or Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Appreciate it. That's typical of a right-wing extremist rally, isn't it? There were no incidents at the Tea Parties. None. There were no arrests. There was no cars overturned. There were no buildings burned down. There were no rocks being thrown at police. There weren't fights and rioting that broke out. Same with this gathering put on by the Houston Tea Party Society. It completely peaceful, just showing America and Nancy Pelosi how you feel. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. You can't say that about demonstrations on the left. Inevitably, somebody's arrested, somebody's dragged off in cuffs, there's a scuffle with police. It happens almost every time. Just the Los Angeles Lakers can't even win the championship without rock throwing at police. It's bizarre. Meanwhile, here's some of the rest of the sounds from the Tea Party.
Stop it. Stop wasting our money, stop wasting our time, and stop fooling around. The business of the government is to provide for the people, not take care of them. They're to listen to the people, not dictate to them.
The bad thing that's unfortunate, as bad as things are now, they are going to get worse. Inflation's going to be coming. Taxes are going to be coming. Our utility bills are going to go through the roof. The people who still think that only 5% are going to get taxed are just fooling themselves.
I think once people start feeling it in their pocketbook, start seeing some of their basic freedoms taken away, I think that's when a lot of people are going to realize it. Unfortunately, that might be too late.
They need to get out of our lives. They need to get out of private business, and they just need to get out of Washington.
I don't have much more lifetime left, and I'm going to use it up trying to get back to the principles of 1776.
Man, great stuff. Just absolutely great. And they showed, if you want to go to YouTube and just, you can type in Houston Tea Party Society protests Nancy Pelosi, or just Nancy Pelosi in Houston. That'll get you there too. And check out, it's kind of fun to watch some of the people that were attending the rally walking between the barricades and the way they responded to the crowd all around them. It's great. It's great. 854-281-558-5738. Pat and Ed Show. It's Pat Gray on the Voice of Texas.